Welcome to Chaotic Harmony. My name is Jon.
This is Crystal. We talk about the joys and the challenges of teaching music in the elementary school classroom.
We share struggles, we brainstorm solutions.
And we would love to have you join us. Hi, everyone, and welcome back.
Hey, hey.
Hey, all right. So we're going to talk this week about what we're doing about our winter wrap-ups.
Winter wrap-up.
Which is apparently a My Little Pony song.
Yes, don't sue us,
I didn't know that you were a brony.
I'm not a brony. Whoa. I'm not a brony. There's a difference. Brony are people who appreciate the culture outside of it. I just enjoyed the show. I did not like the culture outside of it. I know people were bronies. I'm not them.
Okay.
It's not me.
It's fine.
I stopped after season 3. Anywho. So, we're not going to talk about how I like Applejack more than other ones.
How are you wrapping things up in your classroom, moving into winter break? 3 weeks.
So
at the time of recording, we got 3 weeks left.
That's scary. That's so scary.
Why is it scary, Jonathan?
Right now, I am trying to do what I don't want to do.
Which is?
I am trying to emulate what was. So I listened to a podcast by Kirsten Oberoi. She released a saying,
Hi, Kirsten.
Hey, Kirsten. And she was mentioning how this is the perfect opportunity for us to re-examine why we do what we do.
Okay.
And we've talked about this before, but she's a choral teacher, and so since I'm thinking about choir or whatnot,
coming from a little different angle.
Exactly. So we're doing a winter music concert. We're doing it online. Because we can't have parents in person. We are not going to have kids in front of their laptops recording and sewing it together. Thank
the heavens.
Thank you, Applejack. Anyways.
You were saying.
I was saying. So this is kind of... So what we're going to do is the kids are going to be in the MPR, multipurpose room. They're going to be on the risers. We're going to record them.
Okay.
And then we're going to edit it, place online. This is going to be my test run also for the formerly collaborative concert named Pending. Because we're going to do something similar to that when we can't have all the parents in one place, likely, in March.
Who knows?
That's exactly. Who knows?
Who knows what the world's going to look like by then?
Since I'm the one spearheading it, it's like, let's just play it safe, because we got to start playing right now, and so this is a test run. I think
it's a great idea.
Yes, and so we're singing 3 songs for upper grade, 3 songs for lower grade. Kids are auditioning for small ensembles, and I don't know if this is the best idea, but we're doing it. And so we're kind of keeping it akin to what it was before, just placed on the online platform. And one thing I like a lot is that online platform allows not just for parents to watch it, but just the community as a whole to watch it.
Oh, so you're going to stream it?
Oh, I'm going to stream it, just like we did the collaborative concert.
Okay.
Put on YouTube, and so it'll be a certain time when it's released, and everyone can watch afterwards.
I like that idea. Yes. That's great. And that's an idea that I posed to my principal. I think that's probably the best way to go about it, is to still have motivation to log in at a particular time. Yes. And then it'll be posted, and so they can share whenever. But
it's an event. It's an event when parents can come together, and when people can come together and watch an event. Yeah.
I like that. That's a great idea. I was thinking kind of similar, but I'm not sure what state the stage is going to be in.
Gotcha.
Because it has gone through a few different evolutions. It was used as a storage space when we had a bunch of PPE, and I think that all of that has now moved off. But I don't know. It doesn't look good unless it's decorated from floor to ceiling, because it's just really bad looking.
Right.
Yeah, it's old, and it's got holes punched in it everywhere, and so it needs somebody who's not me to decorate it. And so maybe if I have a parent who's willing to, we could do it on the stage. But if not, I was just planning on bringing in a camera and basically doing what you're doing, just set them up like a performance in music class.
Okay.
And I was going to do a video, and I had thought about doing the streaming. I think that's a good idea.
But having it pre-recorded helps.
It does, yeah. Then you can kind of do it whenever. And, because I work so closely with my art teacher, she's got a few projects that she can spotlight. And
so collaborating with your art teacher, I like.
Yeah. Well, we try to line up our lessons whenever we can.
Cool.
It doesn't always work, but she made the most spectacular rainbow when I did Rain Before Rainbows, and I've talked to you about that one before. All the kids made a raindrop, and kindergarten did red, first grade did yellow. So all the grades did all the colors, and then she turned their raindrops into a giant rainbow, and it's stapled to the wall right now in the VAPA hallway.
Okay.
And so they get to see it, but and we did make a smaller one out of some of the ones that were left, and I had the kids make notation on clouds with raindrops for the music notes, and so we did like a rolling display on a rolling whiteboard and put that where the parents could see it when they picked up the kids. And then we also did the same thing for a thankful tree for Thanksgiving. They painted a leaf in art class and cut it out. And then they wrote something they were thankful for, and then they had to write the rhythm down in TAs and TTs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was cool. That came out really cool looking, and parents were taking pictures of their kids in front of it when they picked them up.
That's cool.
It was rad.
Huh.
So it's also an advocacy piece. It's
Right.
like, you got to show what you're doing.
I think that's something that again, Kirsten was mentioning, like the pivoting towards informances. That's not informants necessarily, but you're seeing a vertical slice of what's going on.
Sure.
And I'm wondering, how can we, like, the thing is pre-recorded allows for that. Because you can record your kids.
Yeah.
And place it onto the same concert.
Yep.
I don't know how that would, I don't know. I think it's important to showcase what's going on in the classroom inside the same time you're showcasing skill, for lack of a better term. Yeah.
Well, to me, it's kind of like how every Friday the teachers for my kids send home a folder full of some of the things they did.
Right.
It's definitely not everything they did, but
it's not the final work, but it's showcasing how they're progressing.
Right. Yeah. And it's really cool to, sometimes they'll bring home a story that they wrote and that they're really proud of, and they'll read it to us over the dinner table or. It's cool. I've always saved every piece of art that they come home with, and I take a picture of it and save them digitally, but then I have the kids write a letter to a family member on the back and send it out. So
that's cool.
Sending things home, but my point is sending things home matters.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it also gives parents something to talk about with their kids. Even if I put it on Dojo or something, that's like our school's social media thing. I know a lot of schools use it, but if you don't know what it is, it's basically like Facebook or Instagram, but only for your school. And if I put something up, like a video of what we did in music class, and I can do in the description, I'll say, ask your child about, whatever the objective was, so that they can have a conversation about it.
So you're saying that the whole school is on Dojo? Yes.
That took some doing.
Yeah, my school's rather... Chula Vista is very decentralized.
Yes.
And my school is very decentralized. So there are some teachers on Dojo, some teachers are not. And it's not even consistent amongst the grade levels. So that'd be tough. But I think, the thing is, whenever I do things like that, I record it, and then if I remember, I send it to my teachers to send to their parents. But it's very different to have the teacher, the art teacher, the VAPA teachers directly sent to the parents.
Yeah. I like that they can see my profile picture and that the communication's coming directly from me. So our principal, I think, was really wanting everybody to get on it so that she could have a way of communicating via the class stories. Yeah, so it's a way to do it. Yeah. The other thing that we do is we send out quarterly VAPA newsletters with pictures and objectives. So it's really simple. It's just a template I found in Canva, and it's 2 pages of one for art and one for music. This is what we did.
So you send that out, but it's through Dojo again.
We deliver that a couple ways. So it is emailed and it is sent out through Dojo. Yeah. Yep.
That'd be a good idea. I mean, again, it's mostly just trying to consolidate all the parents' emails together. And that's why Dojo's nice, because all the parents are on that one system.
Yeah. Well, your school should have some sort of a newsletter that they're already sending out. We also put our newsletters, I believe, on the school blog. Because our principal does like a weekly call out, and then it's on the school blog, and then it goes out in an email. She tries to get parents in a lot of different ways.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mind's percolating.
I know. It's kind of like we have so many different ways of communicating with each other that it's hard to know what to focus on,
Sure.
both as a teacher and as a parent. I'll just say, it's like I get so many communications from school. I don't know which, and sometimes they'll send home forms that I already filled out, and I'm like, did everybody get this one, or did they lose the one I sent back? Yeah, it is confusing. So
Question for you: when you have, first off, in the before times, did you have winter performances?
yeah, we did.
Was it like a holiday theme? What was like the literature you chose?
Well, so I didn't have a lot of control over it. The winter performance has been a thing forever at my school. It is, but all of the classroom teachers always taught their kids like a song or a dance too. It was like karaoke, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and they didn't want to change that when I came in, and so I've never really focused on it. I'll teach them a little thing that's winter themed, but I've always put my energy into the spring concert.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's your baby.
That's where I really go hard on the stuff to show off. But something that we went to before the pandemic that I think worked really well, and I know I've talked about it in a past episode, is we do VAPA showcases, where we would decorate the walls of the multi-purpose room with their artwork. It would be like a particular grade level, because we see the kids once a week, and we see like one grade level for half the day. So we'll see like third grade in the morning and fourth grade in the afternoon, or whatever it is. So just during their normal VAPA time, the parents would be invited to come and watch them perform whatever it was we were working on. So it was kind of like an informants, but also not, because we could, since we had time, we could have those displays around the room, and the parents could see what they were writing for music and what they were working on for art. I would have the kids explain what they were doing on stage and break down their process. I felt like it was a really meaningful performance, but it wasn't like an after hours thing.
Have you thought of doing that this year?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to have
live streamed. That gets difficult because internet connections and such.
Yeah, it is difficult because of internet connections. I post a lot on Dojo whenever I can. And so that is our informants. And also, I just have to protect my own energy this year.
Yeah.
I don't have as much as I used to, just with all the weight of everything we're carrying. So I'm trying to honor that and not overachieve. And yet I think it's so ingrained in us, especially teaching in a state that has a really nasty habit of firing their VAPA teachers every couple of years and defunding VAPA programs. It's like, but I have to prove my worth.
That hit me hard there, those words.
But if I don't do this, what good am I? And just kind of telling that voice, like, I'm not going to focus on that right now. Because I know that what we're doing day to day in the classroom is meaningful, and it's deep, and it's impactful. It's really important to show that to the parents. And then how do I do that and not burn out? So that's kind of what I'm finding.
Yeah, I think I've always had issues with the phrase "work smarter, not harder," not because it's a bad phrase, but mostly because I just work hard as opposed to I need to work smarter.
You do work hard, yeah.
But like, I think you're right. Especially like akin to what we said in the last episode, like especially this year, but every year really, we need to think about how can we, instead of just working hard, how can we hit the right buttons?
Yeah.
For the same goal.
Yeah. Performances are incredibly stressful.
They are, for both the teacher and the kids.
Yeah, they are. And I think they're important. But
yeah, they provide an end goal for the kids.
They do, and it feels really good to be a part of a group doing a thing on stage. And I think that learning how to be on a stage in front of people and present yourself well is an important skill to have. And
when it goes well, like, it just energizes everyone.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's amazing. But the way that I had to run things when it was just me trying to pull off a concert at night, like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it then, and I definitely can't do it now. Like, if I'm going to do that, I need all hands on deck. I need the classroom teachers to volunteer to come and be in the classroom with the kids and walk them to the stage and walk them off and distribute them to the parents. Like, I think if I'm asked to do a night concert again, outside of contract hours, I'm going to be pretty clear about that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just not reasonable to ask the music teacher to set up and facilitate the show and
handle 500 kids.
And handle 400 to 500 kids. Yeah. It's not possible. Yeah. I won't do it again.
Fair enough.
I can't handle that kind of stress. And then the other thing too is that it's like, okay, you have, however many minutes per class, like what is it? Like 7 to 10 minutes per class to prove that you've taught these children something. It's like, what other teacher do we do that to? Right. Like, I guess testing, but it's a little different.
It's different. No, I think actually that's something I feel like we should run Wrap another time. Like, that very difference and like, what do we want from it? But anyways,
it's stressful.
It is stressful. Very stressful.
It's very stressful. Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. This is the winter Wrap-Up episode.
Yeah, well, no, but but going back to that, what you were talking about from Kirsten, it's an opportunity to rethink everything we've done.
So
okay,
I want to say the after times because just like 9/11, things are going to be different from here on.
They are, yeah.
But after 2021, when things become more normalized, what would you want to reimagine? How would you want to reimagine the winter performance, whether it's just placing more boundaries or how you would deliver it so that it showcases not just, as we talk about so much about the skill-based element, but also how would you reimagine it?
I think that's a conversation I need to have with my school community. I am happy to facilitate whatever everyone is willing to help me with. And so I just need the answer to what that looks like. I think that we were on the right track with what serves me and my art teacher for our VAPA programs best, and what really showcases what the students are working on in class with what we were doing with our in-school daytime showcases. That was neat because the kids were part of it from beginning to end. So I feel like they got the experience of performing on stage. The parents got to take their pictures, and then we had all the benefit that you would get from informants because they got to break it down. But like I said, there is definitely value in that experience of having a group ready to perform. So if I had my way, I think I would probably do my showcases and then have a audition only group, and then we would perform once or twice a year and have a very set,
dedicated group.
Yeah, the kids were really into it.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a big difference.
It does. How about you though?
I feel like my winter music concert is my after school choirs plus also individuals who want to audition. When I do auditions, that's not so much like, oh, you don't get it. It's more so like, did you put the effort to try?
Did you practice? Yeah.
Did you are you not just coming on stage last minute?
Yeah.
So I rarely we also have done variety shows, and we almost never say no to anyone. The only times we say no is when, again, the student doesn't practice or there's a miscommunication where like one partner practices, the other one doesn't, et cetera, et cetera. But we've done in the past VAPA showcases, but I've never had it for the winter music concert where students in the general music class perform. And it's always difficult because I always try to cater my music towards multiculturally holiday themed.
Yeah. You got to be inclusive.
Yes, got to be inclusive, but in the same sense, there are people in my classes who don't celebrate holidays.
Right.
And so I would have to wrestle with that.
Do you have any that aren't allowed to participate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't think I might only have one or two.
I have at least 3.
Okay. So they have to go to the library or something?
Well, they just... this year I've pivoted directions, and so where my choir focuses on these music, and one of the group of kids does not join choir until Q3 for that very reason.
Okay.
And it's sad, but I get it.
Yeah.
But for my general music class, I've kind of pivoted to where we don't really focus on holiday music this year, focusing on different stuff. And I don't know I don't have a verdict on like what my thoughts are on that. It's tough.
Well, I think it comes back to what does your school community want, because it's part of building culture. So if your school celebrates holidays as part of the culture and feeling like we're all in this, together,
yes.
Then you build that feeling of togetherness through music that goes along with the other things that your school does. If they do festivals and, winter bazaars or whatever it is. And if they don't do those things, then absolutely just... I wouldn't, because it would be a departure from...
It would be, yeah.
Yeah.
the thing is, it's interesting. My school has gone through a lot of shifts, not just because of COVID, but like new principal, more students, a lot of retirements last year, and also one of the core tenets of our school culture, as I've said in prior episodes, passed away, which really affected what does it mean to be a CASIA student. Like, I've had a student that like talked to me like and say, "Oh man, those were the golden years," and I think Lee Si-san was a big part of it.
Yeah.
And I also think the retirements and the moving of teachers was a big part of it. So we are at the crux of what does it mean to be a Casillas Comet now?
Yeah.
And I'm kind of part of that formation. So I'm not sure what I want exactly. I don't want to push people aside because of differing religious beliefs. In the same, so I'm processing. What do I would, so in short, to answer your question, I would like to have the general music classes participate in a winter event. Now, what literature do we do? I'm not sure.
So this is what I think, and I'm not going to say it perfectly, and you can at me if you hate what I say. But I've been thinking about this a lot, and actually, my friends Drew Bullington and David Thaxton helped me articulate this, because we got into a discussion about this related to a different incident, but it applies. We're public school teachers.
Yes.
Our jobs and the public school system are funded by taxpayer dollars, and the vast majority of taxpayers don't have children who attend public schools, but those tax dollars are going into public education, and one of the goals of public education is to have a educated society that knows how to function. How to get along with each other, how to be good human beings, how to listen, how to keep, the level of education and dialogue going in this country that we want to have, who aren't jerks to each other, who don't cut each other in line at the grocery store, who, reach out and help and are good thinking and feeling. So if you look at it from that sense, their argument was, we're not catering to individual parents.
Yep.
We are serving society as a whole. And so I thought that was interesting, and I agree with it. And it makes me think, like, okay, so what, as a society, what direction do we want our country to go? And what values do we want to have? And so that helps sort out for me what kind of literature I teach.
That's fair. I've processed. I had that notion in my head before, but someone else brought up to me. But in the same sense, are you not? To use my own wordage. My argument for teaching holiday music of all cultures is that my job is to enrich the child in all cultures. And someone brought up, well, are you not neglecting their culture by doing that? Are you not doing the same thing inversely by saying your culture is not valued because you're not respecting it? And I didn't know how to respond to that. And I see their point. In that, like, by doing so, I don't know what the right word is. I guess the key thing is, how do I approach it? Do I approach it I'm making sure I approach it with grace and approach it with understanding that I'm not trying to neglect their religious beliefs, but I'm here to try to give a full-fledged music education of all holidays during this time for the multiculturals.
I think that you have to look at the values of the larger group, and that's what it comes down to for me. And there are definitely, religious sects that are always going to want to be on the outside, that are going to say we reject all of these things and we don't participate in them and we don't value them. And that's their prerogative, and that's part of having freedom of religion in this country. But if we're going to say that we value all religions, then they should all be represented. And it's not on me to not offend anybody. It's on me to make sure that my teaching represents the children who are in my classroom. So if someone's going to remove themselves from that conversation, that is their right.
Okay.
I don't know.
I think another element was one of this. There was a situation that happened last year online when the parents were next to them, and so I get that.
That happened to us too. Yeah, it was over a pumpkin.
Yeah, but
pumpkins are not acceptable vegetables.
But but
I guess they're technically fruits.
They're a gourd.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if fruit is. I don't know.
The seeds are on the inside.
I'm sorry. My scientist and mine only goes so far. So, but what was I saying right there? Oh,
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was remembering. So I've mentioned before the notion of courageous spaces, but something I was at this workshop where Darlene Machacon, she's runs podcasts, Calling the Melody. You should definitely check it out. Amazing stuff. Talking about one of the key parts is if we want to become, because the topic was on SEL. If we want our students to become more socially aware, we ourselves, the teachers, need to be socially aware.
Yeah.
And if I want to create creative spaces, I need to have the courage to also do the tough topics.
Yep.
And I might, again, as Crystal said, feel free to email us. Like, I want to know, is this a good idea? What are your thoughts? And I know I don't know if there is a right idea, but I'm curious what your thoughts are. But I think that might be the direction. It's always been the inkling that I want to go this direction, but I wasn't sure. But courageous spaces for also the teacher as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I'm doing for my winter concert. But also, yeah,
My life.
But if I want to place this caveat, especially after the last episode we have had. If I have the emotional and physical and the spiritual capacity to take care of it, I would like to also bring into the fold the general music classes into the winter music concerts.
Yeah.
Maybe having them streamed when things become more normalized. We shall find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your performances should be a reflection of what you do in class, and they should be part of your program, and they should be well supported.
Yeah.
And if one of those three things is not true, you shouldn't do them.
Yes. But things you should do. I want to focus on the positive. Things you should do. It's really important because we mentioned you should message us. Yeah, that's always important.
Definitely.
Messaging us at chaoticharmonyclassroom@gmail.com. You should as well rate 5 stars for this podcast. And you should leave us a review.
Definitely.
Those are 3 shoulds. Don't should yourself, remember?
I know.
But thank you so much for listening. And also thank you for, this was a good talk.
It was a good talk.
I didn't expect it to go this direction. But yeah.
I mean, we should know by now.
We should. But don't shoot
Get
yourself.
in the van.
Awesome. But seriously, thank you so much for listening, everyone. But please, I kind of facetiously said it, but it really does help grow this community. So do the shoulds. Do the shoulds. Like and subscribe and help us grow this community out. And send us an email. Actually, really, the last topic we talked about was really, really curious. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
Email us, chaoticharmonyclassroom@gmail.com. Want to hear your thoughts.
Do it. All right, back with Spiccato after the break. I want to take a quick break and thank my husband, Bryan, who's been working behind the scenes producing these episodes every week on all of the platforms and on time. But you need to know that he is first a financial planner for Mission Trails Financial. Mission Trails Financial is a partner that seeks to guide clients in the journey to financial success. They believe that people need a financial advisor that aims to provide strategies for success. Mission Trails Financial helps people navigate investments, tax planning, and insurance. Imagine working with an advisor who isn't tied to specific brands. Mission Trails Financial has a fiduciary responsibility to act in the best interests of their clients by providing independent, objective advice. Their mission is to help clients accomplish their financial goals. As Joe Vitale once said, a goal should scare you a little and excite you a lot. Do yourself a favor and set up a time to chat with Mission Trails Financial. Visit www.missiontrailsfinancial.com or call 619-419-0238 to schedule a call. You'll be glad you did. We believe that leaning on professionals is how we get ahead. Check out the program notes for more information. I brought a bag.
Bag of what?
Balls. Cotton balls.
Cotton balls.
Cotton balls.
Okay. So what to do with a cotton ball?
What do you do with
That's exactly where my mind went. Throw them overboard. Oh, so. May I see them? Okay. Can you hand it to me, please? If you're not watching this, you should, because I'm being pelted by these things. Okay, they don't really float too well, but... Okay, we could stop this. That's an idea, right? Could we not do this?
It's really fun, though. I'm going to try to get one to stick to your head.
Oh, I like this. I like the texture. So, my mind initially went, because I said this a lot during season 2, and I wouldn't stop talking about Foley Artist Project.
Oh my gosh.
But the idea of exploring the sounds and what can you do with it. This is a very fascinating texture, and having kids explore the sounds, like, I don't know if you can hear this on the microphone.
Probably not.
Let's have 2 cotton balls rubbing up against each other.
They're kind of crunchy.
Kind of crunchy, surprisingly. When you think of cotton ball, you think soft, but it has a crunch. It's like also texture, almost like chalkboard-esque. So I think sound exploration is what I'd go with it.
Okay.
Cotton balls, but then bring in another. I think the key part is you need to have another item. What do you use this with?
Okay.
And then maybe this could segue into, you can get your bingo card out. What can you do with a Foley Artist project with this? Because I do want to do this actually in the analog classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking snowball fights.
What's snow?
In classroom?
No, what ball fights? I'm from San Diego. I don't know.
Yeah, I am too. I go up to the mountains when I need a snow fix. You should come with us. Southern California, I've heard, is the only place in the world where you can live where you can ski and surf in the same day.
Really?
Yeah, at me if that's not true, but that's what word around here is.
24 hours is a long time, so if you want to do a quick ski and drive to the beach, that's an option.
Well, last winter we were up in the mountains, in the San Bernardino Mountains, and we were just leaving, and it was snowing. And that afternoon, my husband went to go video like a school doing a play, and it was COVID times, and it was on the beach in Ocean Beach.
Well,
and
there
so
you have it.
He went from the snow to the beach.
There you
in
have
one
it.
day.
Did he ski though?
You know, we don't ski or surf. So,
Alas. So, what's your thought?
okay. Seriously, snowball fight.
Snowball fight. Okay.
Absolutely.
So
like,
what do you do with it?
put on fun Christmassy sounding music and let the kids go for it.
Okay.
I'm all about a little controlled chaos here and there.
Okay,
Like have it be a just a fun brain break thing. And then when the chaos dies down, we have our snowballs that we have to go pick up and then use them for some sort of, I was thinking maybe we could put them in a arrangement and make a melodic arc.
Ooh,
like
okay.
ooh, right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, do like snowball stuff. Or the other thing you could do with them is they're very cloud-esque. So
yes.
We like to take, so my art teacher and I have a deal. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I feel like becoming a podcaster has like prematurely turned me into an old lady who tells the same stories over and over again. So if I've told this story, I'm sorry. But my art teacher and I have a deal where on the first nice day of the year where there's the perfect puffy clouds, we take the kids outside and they do a cloud painting project.
Ooh,
and
that's cool.
And then we do like cloud activities in music class, and most of our kids had never looked at cloud animals before. And so we teach them about the different types of clouds that they see, because we're up on a mesa and we get some really cool cloud formations.
I don't know if I ever did that growing up.
Really?
I think the first time I explored that was an episode from Arthur.
Wow.
I know.
My sister and I used to do it for hours. Just like lay in the grass on our yard.
Okay, we did cloud staring, just the animal elements. It was like, I guess that was the key.
Like find shapes in the clouds.
Find shapes, yeah.
You didn't do that?
I did shapes, yeah. Because I think the animal part I didn't do as much. Just did something else.
Man, we spent so much time outside, especially when we lived in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a lot. I mean, it makes me feel very nostalgic now. So I just couldn't believe it when the kids had told me that they'd never paid attention to the clouds before.
Well, pay attention. That's a thing.
Yeah.
They should do that.
They should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to the wind and look at the shapes. So yeah.
Cool.
You could make cumulus clouds.
Cirrus
cirrus clouds.
What you mentioned in the little bit, you were talking about like after the snowball fight.
Yeah.
Remind me of the
melodic arc.
Remind me of Josh Block's newspaper.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun, that activity. So yeah, so fun. I don't know how it would work with this one because you're not reading anything, but you might like explore the shapes that you create with it, and then do something with it. I don't know, like sing or go to the John Seligman, comfort zone, do movement. I'm not sure. I
love the movie that came out a couple years ago. It was when my own boys were little, so it was 4 or 5 years ago probably. That's based on Snowy Day. the Ezra Keats book.
What's it called?
The Snowy Day.
Never saw
And it came out on, it's a book.
Yeah.
And you know the book, right?
I know of the book. Never.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I love that book. And I have a whole music class thing I do to that book. But it's on Amazon, I think, Amazon Prime, and it's just lovely. The music that they made to go along with it, it's beautiful. It's all like kind of like Boyz II Men style, like tight harmonies.
Gotcha.
And I really love it a lot. And so I saved that one for my last class before winter break. We watch the Snowy Day. We do Snowy Day activities. And so I'd probably do the snowball fight as part of that.
I remember the Snowman movie.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good. They also had 2 actors. One of them was like a rando, who's like the boy that grows up. The other one was David Bowie, which was like
super random.
Interesting. Anyways,
we hope that you guys have a wonderful and restful break.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, we are.
We need a song.
What? Oh, just kidding.
We've been talking about snowballs for a while. Also, if you have an idea what cotton balls, let us know.
Round of the week. I'm going to do something different than what I thought, and we're going to have to pretend like we have scarves. Okay. This is a scarf song. Yeah, we do have scarves, but they're not music class scarves. So I have the kids take their scarves, and I do scarf activities with my littles all the time, and then we bunch them up into a ball. So bunch. And here's how it goes. I have a little ball. I made it out of snow. I threw it high up in the air to see where it would go. Woo! And then you have to catch it. Yeah. It flew so very high and came back down to me. I'll toss it up there one more time when I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Chaos. It's great. Okay. And then we pick them up. So there you go. It's it. Bunch it up. Bunch. You want to sing it with me? I have a little ball. I made it out of snow. I threw it high up in the air to see where it would go. Woo! It flew so very high. It flew so very high and came back down to me. And came back down to me. I'll toss it up there one more time. I'll toss it up there one more time when I count to 3. 1, 2. Not yet. 3.
Gotcha.
They love it.
Fun.
It is fun. I love scarf songs.
Scarves are cool.
There's your song.
Thank you for sharing, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Where can they find you so they can at you for some reason?
Sure. I'm on Twitter at FinnyVappa.
Okay.
And then I'm on Instagram at Mrs.Pridmore.
Awesome.
And at crystalpridmore.com.
Cool. And you can find me at Mr. Seligman, MrSeligman on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I need to upload more teacher TikTok videos.
Oh my gosh, you're on TikTok?
The Save the Music asked me to upload a video.
Yeah, they asked me too. I said no.
My video got a lot of views.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah. I need to make more of these videos, clearly.
I didn't have the bandwidth.
That's fair. This is like what? This was early pandemic, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, you can't do another thing.
And you can find us at CH Classroom on all the socials, Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. But for YouTube, it's Chaotic Harmony Classroom. And you can email us. Please do email us. We do really want to hear, especially
we read them.
We do read them.
We kind of freak out when someone emails us and we're like, oh my gosh, someone emailed us.
Fans?
Yeah.
But also for the question
fans,
we asked. Listeners. Well, porque no los dos. But specifically, it's for the topic we asked earlier. Like, we would love to hear, because it's a tough topic. We want to hear your thoughts. So email us at chaoticharmonyclassroom@gmail.com. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
The Chaotic Harmony podcast is a joint project between Crystal Pridmore and Jonathan Seligman. You can find us online at chaoticharmonyclassroom.com. You can email us at chaoticharmonyclassroom@gmail and let us know what you think. Give us feedback about what you would like to hear in future episodes. We're on all the socials. Find us on facebook.com/chaoticharmonyclassroom. You can find us on Twitter at @CHClassroom, Instagram at Chaotic Harmony Classroom, and you can even find our episodes on YouTube. Chaotic Harmony is the name of our channel. Special thanks to Bryan Pridmore for his help with production and equipment. www.pridmoria.com.